Hi everyone and welcome back to the Chile Full Guide. Today I want to tell you about a really paradise museum in Santiago downtown. This museum is called Museo Colonial Museum, or Museum of San Francisco. Why I'm saying that this is a paradise museum? Because you never expect it, and you never expect it to be that good. If you have been in Santiago downtown, it's sometimes not the most pleasant walk you can have, especially in the summer. There are a lot of people, it's very crowded, very hot. But when you go to this museum, despite all the graffitis on the walls next to it, you really transfer into another world. The museum costs 1,000 pesos for grown-ups and free for children. And for 300 pesos, you can also buy a bag of food for the birds. So when you go inside this museum, you find a huge garden. It's very shadowy there, so don't worry if you're gonna come there in the hot summer day. There are a lot of trees, everything is super green. There is a fountain in the middle of it, and in the fountain there are fish and a turtle. And next to the fountain, in all those paths, there are birds. There are peacocks, and we saw also some chicken and a rooster. So the peacocks, when we were there, it was a couple. A peacock mom, a peacock dad, and they recently had 2 peacock babies. So we could feed from our hands only the peacock dad, but the mom was kind of more conscious and was protecting her kids, so she didn't want to come too close. But if you leave this food on the floor, all the birds are coming, eating it right next to you. So if you ever wanted to see a peacock that close or feel what it feels like to feed a peacock from your hand, that's the place for you to go. But the museum is not just the garden. The museum is also the gallery around the garden and 3 exhibitions. When we were there was one exhibition of all the church reliquias that were renovated and guarded there from the San Francisco church, which is, as you remember, the oldest colonial building in the country, and the museum is part of this church. So all the reliquias, all the church artifacts, they are renovated and stored in this museum. Unfortunately, you cannot make pictures or videos there, so you will just have to believe me. And the other 2 exhibitions are the exhibitions of locks and all kind of metal things from the doors of the church and the church. And the third one is paintings. The paintings are huge and they are in 2 rooms, and they tell you the story about San Francisco's life. The most popular object in this museum is the picture. It's like a gigantic picture, and it represents genealogical tree of the Franciscan order, and it includes about 644 miniature portraits. There is a web page of this museum. I will definitely put it in the description of the video. And this web page is in Spanish and in English. There you can see all the objects that are represented in the museum now. You can read the history of the paintings, the names, everything. So it's a very nicely organized web page, and I definitely recommend you visit it. The museum is open from Tuesday till Saturday. It's open from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. every single day. And additionally, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it's open from 3 till 4:30 p.m. When we went to the museum, I definitely didn't expect it to be that good, and I guess it was not even the exposition that took my attention, but the atmosphere and how different it is from the atmosphere around the church and the museum. I hope you're gonna feel this contrast too when you come visit it. And of course, there is a virtual tour through this museum too, so you can always come and visit it, at least virtual. I hope you're gonna enjoy the rest of the video, because there is nothing more to say about this museum. Just how great it is and that you definitely should visit it if you come to Santiago. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.